Hi all! If you're a returning viewer, welcome back, and if you are new, welcome. My name is Amira, and today I am doing a new makeup releases or new-ish makeup releases because there's quite a few things that have popped up since my last video that I wanted to chit-chat about with you guys and get your thoughts on and give you my thoughts on. So let's get into it. First up, and let me just say, guys, if I seem low energy, it's because I am. I spent all day yesterday doing spring cleaning and I am so tired and my body is so sore. I was going to shoot another video for you guys. I was going to do a whole makeup thing and my arms are so sore that the idea of like, we're on the struggle bus today. I did some fun liner, just threw on an orange lip to match my shirt. This is all I can do right now. I hope you'll understand. Those videos will be coming, but I'm so out of it. My body weary. My body weary. All right, so let's get into it. Let's look at, and this is not new, but I still wanted to bring it up because I was intrigued and I mentioned it on my Instagram, but I wanted to talk about the new Huda Beauty Color Block mini palettes. She has a purple one and then she has a like bluish yellow greeny one. I have to admit, when I first saw these, I was really intrigued by them. I love orange, as you can tell. So I'm wearing my favorite sweatshirt today. I was really intrigued by this and I liked the idea that there was a cake liner in each palette. I've never tried cake liner. I really want to try some cake liners. If you guys have your favorite sort of cake liner brand, leave that info down in the comments because I'm really interested in finding like some really good cake liners to play with. But I was really intrigued by these. I thought they were really cute. I've since kind of gotten over it. I've seen a few reviews for them. But I like the idea of this, and I know some people think they're, oh, this is too much. I love the color combos. I know some people are like, oh, the purple and the orange is too sports teamy. It's very, is it the Miami Heat? Is that who it is, or is that who I'm thinking of? Who's the orange and the purple? I like orange and purple together. It's a fun color combo. It's a classic color block color combo. So I don't have any issues with this. I think they're cute. The issue with these, and that has sort of borne fruit from the reviews that I've seen, things I've seen on Instagram, is that oftentimes when it comes to these types of shadows, these really vibrant, colorful shadows, most mainstream brands really drop the ball in terms of formulation. And just from what I'm hearing, that is the case with those palettes, is that they're very dry. You really have to build them up. They can go on a little patchy. And so for me, I'm like, if I'm going to buy colorful shadows like that, I'd rather take that money and give it to an indie brand and know that I'm going to get some really good quality, bright, colorful shadows. But I still love the idea of this, and I like the idea of adding a cake liner. One thing that Huda always seems to do is she always adds like one shade in any of her palettes. It's sort of like either coolly like designed or it's a different formulation, which sometimes it can be really gimmicky and the shade kind of can come off as pretty either boring or kind of gimmicky and just there for, you know, the conversation. But the cake liners, I think, is actually a really good idea. So I'm not averse to the idea of these. I just don't think that the execution, just from what I've seen, is that great. But I did seriously consider purchasing either both or one. If I was going to get one, it was probably going to be the purple and the orange. Not going to lie. All right. Next up is something that I am definitely picking up, and it is the Vanessa Myricks. Okay, what is this called again? This is the Blurring Balm Powder. This is one of those products that when it first got dropped, the teaser got dropped on Trend Mood and on Vanessa Myricks' Instagram page. Everybody was like, but what is it? You just didn't know. But then the more I read, the more I was like, okay. So basically what this is you can use it to prime, you can use it to cover, you can use it to blur, and you can use it to set. It comes in, how many shades is this? It comes in 10 tinted shades and 1 universal shade, which is clear, that you can use in the same way. You're just not going to get any coverage because of the, you know, the clear formulation. But it can be used to, you can use it to highlight and contour, you can use it on its own, it blurs pores, textures, and fine lines, it gives sheer coverage, matte natural finish, balances oil all day. But the thing that got me is that it's formulated with Upsolite. Now, Upsolite is a product, is an ingredient that is, up until this point, I don't think ever been used in US cosmetics, but it's actually a very popular ingredient in, I believe, like Sweeten. I know that Linda Hallberg has something in her, one of her, I think it's one of her powders, maybe has some Upsolite in it. I know that there's an Upsolite powder from a Swedish cosmetics brand that I was trying to get my hands on and I was having a hard time. But Upsolite is, it's an oil absorbing ingredient. So if you have oily skin like I do, I wouldn't use Upsolite in the winter. My skin is normal to oily. It's been oilier lately as the temperatures have been sort of, I don't even want to say getting warmer. It was 80 degrees on Saturday and the wind chill factor this morning was 31. So it's getting warmer theoretically. But when it gets warmer, that's when my skin tends to be its oiliest. So I'm thinking I would love to try this just for summer usage. I think it would be a lot of fun. My only issue, and I haven't seen the ingredients list yet, is that I'm really hoping that it's not full of silicones, because if it is, with the blurring aspect with the pores, I'm concerned that it is. I'm concerned that it might have too many silicones, which if I use things that have tons of silicone in them on a regular basis, I can use them occasionally, but if I'm using them on a regular basis, I tend to get breakouts. Hey guys, I'm just popping in after filming the video. I was curious about the Yummy Skin. I had mentioned the whole, does it have silicones in it? I'm looking at the ingredients and it has quite a few silicones in it. It's got about 3 different types of silicone in it. So again, I'm interested in trying it. I don't think it's something that I'll be able to use on a regular basis, and I'd still be willing to review it for you guys, but letting you know if you have, your skin does not play well with silicones, like my skin doesn't play well with silicones. I'm letting you know now that it does, in fact, all shades, the universal shade as well as the shaded balms all have silicones in them. So just popping in to let you know that. Back to past Amira. Having said that, guys, if this is something that you're interested in seeing me review for you, I would be more than willing to do that. So let me know down in the comments if it's something that you really want to see, because if so, I'll purchase it and try it out and test it on camera for you guys. Next up is this product that Pat McGrath was teasing, and then when I saw it, I was very much like, wah, wah. So Mother Pat is coming out with the Divine Skin Rose 001 The Essence, and it's basically like a toner. It's a toner. It's a rose water toner. And I'm just like, nah, sis, I'll pass. Thanks though. This is the thing, guys. I don't like to purchase, generally speaking. I mean, I'm not an absolutist about things like that. You know, something will come up. But generally speaking, I do not like to purchase skincare from makeup brands. I prefer to get my skincare from skincare brands, from brands who have been doing it a long time, that know ingredients and formulations well. I feel like the issue that we're having with all these makeup brands coming out with skincare is because the makeup industry itself has been on the decline. I mean, I don't know if it still is now. It might still be, but I know during, you know, lockdown and when the Panasonic was first, you know, at its height, everyone was in the house, so people weren't really buying makeup like that. And then when you were going out, you were wearing a mask. And I mean, I still wear a mask. That's just a fact. We got that new Omarion variant, so B2, BA2. So I'm still masking for now, guys. But I feel like, you know, if you were wearing a mask, you weren't wearing a ton of makeup. I mean, I was still wearing makeup, but I was focusing it all like up here. So, you know, I wasn't wearing a lot of lipstick or anything. But I feel like this is what we're seeing with a lot of makeup brands, is that because of the decline in the purchase of makeup, is that they're all trying to find a way to pivot. And that pivot is them making skincare. And I don't necessarily know if that's necessarily the best thing for the consumer. I personally am pretty picky about my skincare because my skin is sensitive, it's acne prone. I have greatly scaled back the number of products that I use in my skincare. I used to be one of those people who had 5, 6, 7 steps in my skincare. I do not anymore. So for me, when it's something in regards to skincare, I am very picky about anything with like toners, anything with sort of active ingredients in them. I'm just kind of like, So yeah, this is a pass for me. It's definitely a pass for me. The one thing that I am interested in is, and this is something that one of you guys DM'd me, and you know who you are. You DM'd me on Instagram and showed me this new skincare. And this is actually, I believe this is a celebrity brand. It's K-Skin, and I think it's, I could be wrong though. Yeah, it's a daily skincare with SPF by Winnie Harlow. So it's Winnie Harlow's skincare brand. You guys know how I feel about celebrity brands. I'm so done, especially skincare. I'm just like, I'm so done. Like, I don't care. But this caught my eye because it is a silicone-free sunscreen lotion. Now, the lotion is nice, but the thing that actually really caught my eye is the SPF lip balm. I'm always looking for a lip balm, specifically in the summer, that has SPF in it, because one thing that I've noticed is that as I've been getting older, I'm getting more pigmentation in my lips, and I think that's just from sun exposure. So I try to use lip balms with SPF in them so that, you know, I get a little protection on my lips. And I know you can use sunscreen on your lips, but that just is, I mean, logistically, it's not the most pleasant experience. So yeah, I'm interested in, I don't know about the face lotion. I'm a little about the face lotion. It is silicone free, so that's cool. But the lip balm though, I'm willing to try that. Next up, we have, and this literally just dropped, I think today. I have been dying to try, and I'm going to do a video. Let me know if you guys want to see this, if you're yay or nay on this, but I'm probably going to do it because I think it'll be fun. Is I want to talk about all the brands that I haven't tried that are on my wish list to try. And right at the top of that list is Jones Road Beauty. And if you don't know what Jones Road Beauty is, it is the brand that is owned by Bobbi Brown. Now, Bobbi Brown of Bobbi Brown Makeup is no longer affiliated with Bobbi Brown, the makeup brand. Bobbi Brown has gone on and made her own brand. Again, the brand Bobbi Brown is proprietary to who owns it, which I believe is Estee Lauder. So yeah, she doesn't own the Bobbi Brown name anymore to use for makeup. So she has started another brand that has been out for, I think, a couple of years now, called Jones Road Beauty. And I have really been interested in pretty much all of the things that they are peddling, because it all looks really, it's all very minimalist. It's very, you can tell that a makeup artist came up with it. But I've been really wanting to try the, what are they called? The Miracle Balm. I've been really want to try that. But back to what I was discussing is they are coming out with a foundation balm, and that is like the new thing, foundation balms. Let me just say this. I like foundation balms. I'm wearing one today. I'm wearing one that has gotten a bad rap. I am wearing the Kevyn Aucoin foundation balm, and I love it. It is beautiful. I wear this a lot in the spring and summer because it holds up nicely on my oily skin. And I will say that this is very much a balm that is geared towards oily skin. The newer balms, I'm not so sure about. These feel very dewy. They feel very balmy. So but I'm still curious because I do love a good foundation balm. So I'm thinking with the Jones Road one, and I think, what is it called? It's called the What the Foundation, or WTF for short. We will not be calling it WTF. We'll be calling it What the Foundation. It is a tinted moisture balm in 12 shades. The shade range is a little, it goes very deep. But what I find, which seems to be a recurring theme with a lot of these brands now, is that they're very good at going very light and very deep. But if you're somewhere in the middle and you have neutral to golden undertones, you are out in the cold. And that is kind of where I'm at. I'm seeing the medium, which looks too light, and the medium honey, which might be too warm. But we'll see, because I am really curious, and I'm probably going to try this out. We'll see. Next up, let me get back to mine, because I went to their page for a second because I wanted to look up the name of that. Next up is this new, and I don't think it's available here yet. It says available now in Europe. It doesn't say when it's coming to the US, but the YSL New Skin line is coming out with lip and cheek tints in the shades Flush, which is like a cherry red, and Pinch, which is very peachy, and then Chills, which is that plummy shade on the end. And I find this intriguing. I will say the shade that I'm the most interested in is Pinch, which I think might be too light for my skin tone. I would love it if they had come out with a few more shades, maybe a slightly deeper version of Pinched. But these intrigue me. I have the New Skin Serum Foundation Skin Tint. I've barely used it. I think I've used it maybe twice, maybe 3 times. I need to get more use out of it to really form an opinion of it. It did survive my declutter because it was relatively new to my collection. But I don't know if it's going to survive the next one. So I really need to like get on trying that to really form an opinion on it and see if it's worth keeping. But I just find these really interesting because they look really natural and beautiful and lush on the skin. I just hope that they're not the types that are the type of like blushes that are like sticky. I don't like the sticky. I love a cream or liquid blush. I just don't want it, you know, that feeling like, especially if you have a pet. I have a cat, guys. The idea of like cat hair sticking to my cheeks is not the biz. It's not the biz at all. Next up, and I don't usually talk about this brand all that much, but this intrigued me for one reason, is when I saw the palette, I said, that kind of reminds me of the Anastasia Mario palette. And that is the new Jaclyn Hill collection that she's done in collaboration with her mom. It's called the Luxe Legacy eyeshadow palette. It's 20 pans for $49. Okay. That's a lot of money, Jaclyn. Anyway. But when I looked at the palette, and I don't know, tell me guys, am I crazy here? But if you know what the Mario palette looked like, and I still mourn that palette. That palette came out and kind of went away rather right when I was just getting into makeup. And so by the time that I was like ready to like make those kind of purchases, it was already gone, and I still mourn that. But tell me, does this palette look like sort of like an expanded version of the Mario palette? Like those bottom rows feel very Mario, Makeup by Mario to me. It could just be me, but I wanted to talk about that because that's what it reminds me of. I'm not interested in buying anything from this collection, but I just want to talk about that palette because I had a moment of recognition when I saw it and was like, whoa, that kind of reminds me of the Makeup by Mario. Like if she had come out with a 12 pan and it was just those last 2 rows, she might have been able to get me. But those first 2 rows are so boring, specifically the top row. Like they're all 50 shades of beige. But yeah, if she had come out with like those last 2 rows, I might have had to open the wallet just a little bit. Next up, and this is by now, this is old news, but I want to talk about it because it came out after my last makeup releases video. And that's the Colourpop Winnie the Pooh collection. Now, I don't have any desire to own the palette at all. Like, I'm sure you guys have seen many people talk about the palette. You've seen it all over social media. I think the palette sold out. I could be wrong, but I know that a lot of things sold out. But the main thing that sold out is the one thing that I wanted. And I think because it sold out, I think it's the main thing that everybody wanted. And it was the little honey pots. The little honey pots. And it's a lip scrub and a lip balm. And then it has the little oil, like the little, not oil, but the little honey wand as the little to apply. I don't do lip scrubs. I think lip scrubs are kind of a waste of time. I do manual exfoliation. Like just all you need is like a rag and like warm water. So wear some lip balm or a lip mask for a while to get your skin really soft and, you know, moisturized, and then wet a rag with some warm water and just, that's what I do. It's the best exfoliation. I used to use lip scrubs all the time and I could never understand why my lips were never fully exfoliated. And I just think that lip scrubs are trash. Sorry, that's just my opinion about lip scrubs. But the lip balm mask thingy, I would be willing to buy this just to get the lip balm, and I can get this lip scrub away. But it just, and they say it smells like honey. I just think it's really cute and I want to talk about it, so I did. But if those weren't sold out, I probably would have purchased those eventually. They get, I mean, come on, they're little honey pots, guys. And it's a lip mask that smells like honey, and it's Winnie the Pooh. I mean. Next up, and this is intriguing to me, is the Too Faced Fluff and Hold Laminating Brow Wax. I don't know. I'm interested in trying brow lamination anyway. I don't have very well-defined brows. Like, I can't really do the fluffy brow thing. I tried it the other day and my brows just looked crazy. I just don't have enough brow and I don't have enough shape. Like the bottom half of my brow, I have like no shape too. So I always have to sort of carve some shape into them. And so as a result, just going in with like a brow gel and like fluffing them out just doesn't work for me. It never works for me. It always just winds up looking crazy. So, but I'm still really interested in brow lamination. Like I feel like if I could maybe do like a brow tint, I'm thinking of tinting my brows and then laminating them, that might work. So I'm kind of curious about this. I'm just kind of like, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. All right, guys, so that is, let me switch my chair over here. That is basically everything that I wanted to talk about. There's some other things that have come out, but I just find them so boring that I don't even feel like chit-chatting about them. You know how that is when you're scrolling through Trend and you're just like, that's how I feel about a lot of the things. I just feel like it's a lot of like junk. Does that mean, am I wrong for that? But I just don't feel like there's a lot of things that are really truly compelling coming out right this moment. Like the things that I talked about are the things that have really caught my eye, and everything else just kind of feels like noise, just like a lot of like superfluous stuff. Let me know in the comments if you feel the same way. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like the video, and if you are not subscribed, please be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye now.